The first thing I do is I just rise giving honor to God. I rise giving honor to God who heals us all and delivers us all and makes a way out of no way. I just give honor to God. The one who woke me this morning and did not let me sleep too long. I give honor to God. The one that blesses you and I all at the very exact same time. I give honor to God. The one who redeemed me from my corruptible state. Amen, somebody. I give honor to God today. The one who blesses all of us to experience the fullness that he has for us. So I just thank him for this moment, knowing that it was not promised. I thank God for this moment, knowing that it was not guaranteed, but that it was by divine appointment that we are here to share with one another. If you have a Bible handy, turn with me to the book of Luke, Matthew, Mark, then what? Luke, the 12th chapter, the 49th to the 56th verse. When you have it, say amen. If you don't have it, say hold on. April, can you hear me good back in the back? Amen. Luke 12, 49 through 56. I'm not going to preach long. Just give you something to go on and grow on. Somebody say to go on and grow on. Luke 12, 49 through 56. Luke 12, 49 through 56. It says, I came to send fire on the earth, and how I wish it were already kindled. But I have a baptism to be baptized with, and how distressed I am till it is accomplished. Do you suppose that I came to give peace on earth? I tell you, not at all, but rather division. From now on, 5 in one house will be divided, 3 against 2, and 2 against 3. Father will be against son, and son against father, mother against daughter, and daughter against mother, mother-in-law against daughter-in-law, and daughter-in-law against her mother-in-law. Then he also said to the multitude, whenever you see a cloud rising out the west, immediately you say a shower is coming, and so it is. And when you see the south wind blow, you say there will be hot weather, and there it is. Hypocrites! You can discern the face of the sky and of the earth, but how is it you do not discern this time? How is it that you do not discern this time? How is it that you do not discern this time? May the Lord add a blessing to the reading, hearing, and application of his holy and righteous word. Go ahead and take your seats. Look at your neighbor, and if ain't nobody sitting next to you, just talk to yourself and say, don't add extra. Some of y'all didn't say it like you meant it. Monty, ain't nobody next to you. Just talk to yourself. Say, don't add extras. When you look at the text, we have to understand today that there are already going to be enough problems. Somebody say amen. When you look at the text today, you understand that there are already going to be enough issues. When you look at the text, Brother Banks, you understand that stuff is going to come and stuff is going to happen. People ain't going to like you. People ain't going to like me. But guess what? That's all right. But in the midst of when you see and Dale, all of these things happen, you don't need to do what? Add no extra. Many times you go to Church's Chicken. No, Church's is trash. You go to Popeyes and you get your spicy sandwich. How many of y'all got one? Raise your hand. Ain't bring me one. You got your spicy sandwich from Popeyes. And then you ask for extra spicy sauce. Amen, somebody. Then you ask for an extra pickle. Amen, somebody else. So you're walking around with your big old chicken sandwich with your extra sauce and your extra pickle. You take a nice big old bite out of it and you make a mess on your shirt. Amen. You made a mess on your shirt just because you added a little what? See, that's the... Somebody said extra sauce. No, sauce is good, baby, but just the extra on the sandwich. Amen. How many of y'all got that sauce? Keep your hands down. Amen. Here's the point. You and I often, when we begin able to add extra on stuff, we begin to have problems. Let the church say amen. You ever had somebody in your family come to the family reunion and everybody say, oh, that's such and such an extra. If you the person, don't even raise your hand. Amen. Many of us are extra, but the thing is when you add extra in places where there should be no extra, you're going to mess around and have some problems. When you add extra salt on something that's already salted, you're going to mess around and have some problems. You add extra sauce on something that's already saucy, you're going to have extra problems. You and I got to understand that Jesus was letting the people know. He was warning them of the division that was going to come. He was warning them of the crisis that were to come. And if we can be honest today, we are sitting in the time of division and we are sitting in the time of crisis. You say, Pastor, how do you know that? Well, people running around shooting people that they don't even know just because they can shoot them. Amen, somebody. We are running in times of division and in times of crisis. I remember when a Democrat and a Republican could sit at the same table and have a conversation. Now they want to fight. Let the church say amen. I ain't getting into politics. I'm just talking about division right now. See, there was a time where you could disagree and agree to be non-disagreeable. Let the church say amen. That meant that you ain't got to look. I tell you right now, oh, it's nice and bright. And you say, no, it's dull. Okay, well, you say it's dull. I say it's bright. It don't make me no never mind. Ain't going to lose not a bit of sleep. Amen. But Jesus was saying there was going to come a time when you tell somebody it's dull, somebody else says it's going to be bright, they're going to be ready to fight. Amen. You and I have to understand that we are in those times. But in those times, you and I, because we know we cannot be added on extra. You cannot be added on stuff that ain't got nothing to do with nothing. And many of us, we do that, especially in the terms of things of God. Amen. We've added so much extra that we made it hard for people to come to Jesus. We've added so much extra. We've made it hard for people to be saved. We've added so much extra. We've made it hard for people to say, I love the Lord. He heard my cry. We've added on so much extra. People walking around saying, I got to get myself together before I come to God. Well, guess what? You ain't going to never get together until you come to God. Amen, somebody. Stop adding the extra. Somebody say, what is extra? I'm glad you asked. Extra is things and stuff. Things and stuff. Somebody say things and stuff. I ain't talking about them shirts you got that say thing 1 and thing 2. Amen. Somebody else. 1 Peter 2:11 says, dear friends, I urge you as foreigners and exiles to abstain from sinful desires which wage war against your soul. Do you and I not understand that the things, the stuff, April, that is what tries to separate us from God? Things and stuff try to separate us like hell from God. And they do a pretty good job at it. Let the church say amen. If we can be honest, many of us have missed out on something that God told us to do because of things and stuff. Ain't nobody got to say amen. You can just say ouch. If you look at it on today, you and I need to make sure we are consciously staying away from things and stuff that add extra into our lives. Amen. How many of you remember when you added some extra friends? Amen. You added a few extra problems. You know what I'm talking about? I can't tell you that story. But don't add things and stuff into this walk that you have with God. The next thing is who adds extra? Say, who adds extra? I'm glad you said that. We all do. Lottie-dottie? I was going to say something else, but everybody. We all do. 2 Timothy 4:3 says, for the time will come when they will not endure sound doctrine, but after their own lust shall they draw to themselves teachers having itching ears. We are right there. Somebody say we're right there. We've gotten to a place where we want to pick and choose the message that we hear. See, you can go online right now and find all types of stuff that you want to hear. Let the church say amen. But a lot of times you won't sit nowhere that's going to tell you what you need to hear. See, we cherry pick. I only want to hear about prosperity. I only want to hear about healing and deliverance, but I don't want to hear about living right. I don't want to hear about holiness. I don't want to hear about trying to strive after the things of God. I don't want you to talk to me about that, Pastor. I don't want you to tell me I can't get high as a Georgia pine or drunk as a skunk. I don't want to hear none of that stuff no more. Amen, somebody. I just want you to tell me that everything going to be all right. No, everything going to be all right, but you got to get all right. Let the church say amen. We all add extra. We want what we want, when we want it, and how we want it. We don't want what God says. See, you've got to understand that God's word makes you uncomfortable. God's word makes you check yourself and say, am I really doing what I need to do? God's word makes you check your family, as a matter of fact. Amen, somebody. But we've gotten so accustomed to just having what we want. We've gotten so accustomed to just hearing what we want to hear. I don't like this thing. Let me go find a preacher that's preaching on that. And I'll watch him till the sun go down. Amen. Fall asleep on it. We've got to get away from that. As a believer, you and I have got to, amen, baby. You and I have got to make sure we are listening to sound doctrine. You say, well, Pastor, well, what is that? Well, if the word said, that's what you need to be listening to. I don't have to add extra to what God said. See, you got to understand, I ain't got to tell you name it and claim it. The Bible declares that he'll bless you when you walk up, right? You know what I mean? He's going to handle what he needs, well, what you need him to handle. You and I, we ain't got to add no extra, Sister Martha, to nothing that God has said because he's already handled it. The problem is we just want to hear stuff about living ratchet and that it's okay. It's not. Amen. It's not okay to be ratchet. And some of us have moved beyond ratchet and moved to thrashing. Ask me later if you don't know what that means. Thrashing. Some of y'all have already figured it out. Amen. That's when you didn't put the two for one. Amen, somebody. Stop adding extra. Stop looking for people to give you a pass for your sin. When God has given you a pardon, and the pardon means you don't go back to what you used to do. Let the church say amen. I know we want to pass. We just want to pass. Like, it's all right, I'll just put Jesus on the shelf. No, it's not all right. Amen. Like, me personally, like, I get convicted. When I do stuff, I be like, man, I should have did that. Anybody else got that story? How many of y'all don't have that story? You do something, you like, whatever. Anybody got that? Okay, I'll say, meet me at the altar after church. Amen. We need to talk. So, what is extra things and stuff? And who adds extra? We all do. And then where is extra? Somebody say, where's extra? Everywhere you look. Extra is everywhere you look. You say, Pastor, what proof? Well, 1 John 5:19. It says, and we know that we are God, and the whole world lies in wickedness. You say, well, what does that mean? That means everywhere you look, there's something to separate you from the love of God. Everywhere you look, there's something to take you out of what God desires for you to do. Everywhere you go, there's somebody who's trying to rope you into something. Is there a witness in the building? Everywhere you go, there's somebody trying to rope you into something. Amen. And what they're trying to rope you into, you won't need by no parts of that thing. Let the church say amen again. See, people want to rope you into something so they feel justified in their foolishness. Let the church say amen. Like me, I ain't ride or die for the nope. I'm ride or live. Amen. You need to ride or die. You ride by yourself. Let the church say amen. I'm trying to ride and live. I'm straight on that. I'll pass. Amen. Lady told me, I need to ride or die. Well, you go ahead, Bonnie. I ain't Clyde. You go on and find you a Clyde. Amen. I'm trying to live. We've got to understand that extra is all around. And it's so easy, Brother Banks, for us to be susceptible to it if we're not careful. See, we have to discern, ask God for discernment. I ain't talking about judgment. We got to ask God for discernment. Lord, show me what you need me to see so I may actively do what you want me to do. You got to ask God to allow you to see the things that he desires for your life. And guess what? Many times when God shows you something, it ain't going to feel good. God ain't here to coddle you. I know we coddle one another. You go, oh, baby, it's okay. You got real high. But you okay. You just told a call, but you alive. It's all right. No, it's not all right. We need to understand that the extra that we don't need to add is everywhere else that we look. When we look at the text in Luke, one thing that we have to understand. When Jesus told you something, he prepared you all the way. He covered every single area that it is that we stand or will ever stand in the need of. When you look at the text, he said, look, the daddy going to be against the son, the mama going to be against the mama, the daughter-in-law going to be against the mother-in-law. I mean, I know that this ain't like that normal daughter. Y'all know what I'm talking about? Amen. Anybody got a mother-in-law? Don't raise your hands. Amen. This ain't that type of problem. This is right and wrong type of issue. Where somebody will be giving you a pass for doing something that God has told you not to do. Listen, you just can't listen to somebody because you're related to them and they tell you they know God. Let the church say amen again. Because some people who know God, money, they really don't have a relationship with him. They just know who he is. Just like you know your neighbor who lives next to you, but you ain't got no relationship with him. Let the church say amen. I know you live there. I know you got a house because I got a house. I see you got a car. I know all that. But I don't have a relationship with you. See, when you have a relationship with somebody, it gives you expectations. Let the church say amen. See, if you're in a relationship with somebody, ladies, you expect them to open the door for you, don't you? Okay, if they don't, you need to check. Amen. Lights on the wall. Brothers, we'll talk after church. Let the church say amen. I can't say what I want to say in front of the ladies there, you know, because Eve was her fault. Amen. So, you and I don't add what? Extra. It's time out for adding extra. God has already given you and I enough to handle, to take care of, to marinate home, and live through and with. So at the end of the day, understand that we can see all of the extra, but this extra that we see should not be our focus. This extra that we see should not be our goal. The extra that we see should not be what we're trying to pull in what God has for us. God has provided everything that you and I need. Somebody say amen to that. Everything that you and I need, God has already provided. You say, well, no, I need a new car. You got a Hoopty, it's just fine. There's some people driving a Pat Turner. You know what a Pat Turner is? Pat your feet and turn the corners. Amen, somebody. But you got a little hoop ride. It's all right. It might be a few different colors. That's cool too. You're having a party when you drive. Amen. God has provided everything that we need. Don't heap no extra on yourself to try to get something that you want. Can I give y'all a commercial real quick? Stay away from these extra people. Stay away from these extra people. Some of y'all love it, the extra friends. No, you don't need that. If you can't give the extra people the word, you don't need them around. Let church say amen. Anybody ever heard this saying, birds of a feather flock together? People are like, oh, no they don't, no they don't. Okay, well if you don't say that, well, if you lay down with dogs, you wake up with what? That works, that's true, amen. I don't know from experience, but amen somebody. If a dog got fleas, you lay next door, they gonna be on you. Here's the point, all that extra you don't need. Sometimes we say, I'm tired of being alone, I don't want to be by myself, but do you want to really put up with extra? That ain't God for you in your life? I don't need no extra. Like, I can't tell you how that. Let us all stand. We're going to prepare ourselves for